Hello and welcome to France 24's weekly music show. That's Faux Real, a band composed of two Franco-American brothers who over the last year have truly tried to keep their sound offline, while their live avant-garde pop performances have made them indie darlings. Cool it girls are into them, and designers even requested their presence at Milan's Fashion Week. So, are things about to get real? Joining me in the studio for their first ever interview, Virgile Arndt. And wait, what's happened to your brother Elliott? Where is he?
Unfortunately, my brother Elliott and I forgot to write this down in the calendar. We double booked it, so he's in England right now, doing another TV segment. He's got a picture of me on the desk over there, so you know it all works out. It's
beautiful, but I don't mean to be a bit pessimistic. Now we know in recent pop music or rock music history what happens to bands with brothers. You need to look at Ray and Dave Davis from the Kinks, or Liam and Noel Gallagher. How is the Faux Real brotherhood gonna outlast this kind of curse?
I'm not gonna lie, we're extremely worried about the future. So.
Really?
We'll see how that goes. We'll cross that bridge when we get to it. So far, so good, though. Fingers crossed.
Well, let's check out this family affair of a soundtrack. This is Faux Real and Second Sweat. The first track available by Faux Real, who are with us on the France 24 show today. What is exactly a second sweat?
Second sweat is, you wake up drenched in sweat, you snap awake from a nightmare, go back to sleep and go about your day, and all of a sudden you feel another break of sweats coming down. That's the second sweat, quite literally. There's no hidden meaning behind it. Yeah.
And that's the only track that's available so far online. And it's kind of funny because it's a time where kind of everyone overshares and there's lots of exposure on social media, but you've taken the sort of opposite direction of keeping kind of cool and mysterious and hidden away. Is that a very good move, do you think, to get a curiosity going in your fans?
Well, we didn't calculate any of it. We were just not ready to put music out. And that's just how it sort of happened.
Because even like when you reposted, you've been performing a lot and you went to South by Southwest, there were lots of videos going online. It's difficult to kind of stay under the radar. You still managed to kind of repost them and take the sound off?
Yeah, we thought it was important that the first, the listener's first sort of contact with the track, the songs would be in a good environment and not off their telephones from a blurry Instagram story shot late at night. So we tried to keep that under wraps for a little bit.
That seems fair enough. What I'm looking forward to is an EP that might come out this fall. We're not sure yet, but apparently Jay Watson from Tame, Impala and Pond plays the drums on it and helped produce it. How did that come about?
We met through a mutual friend, and Jay, I think, sort of really liked the songs, and we got to talking, and he was coming to Paris, so we decided to give it a try in the studio. And he sat down behind the drums and said, "Guys, I'm really sick. I haven't drummed in about a year. I'm sorry how this is going to sound." And then he just blew everybody's mind.
So that was great.
It was great. Yeah, it was a really good experience.
Good, good. Now, another thing that's quite interesting is that I've seen live footage of you guys, and the flute is often brought out. And the flute seems to be a very cool instrument in pop music at the minute, with artists like Lizzo fully embracing it. Do you think it's ever going to reach that stage where it gets too cool that it's uncool again, or?
Absolutely, like everything. It just comes and goes in waves, but we just really tried to keep our live performance instrument free. But, that was the one concession we were ready to make, so, yeah.
And you're moving to the US now, both brothers. You're leaving Europe for the US. Will you come back and do shows? What are you hoping to achieve by moving across the pond?
Who knows? Who knows? We're just trying to play a lot, make a lot of music, and focus exclusively on that. We're going to come back during the fall, I think, at some point, spend a bit of time in Europe, play a couple shows in the UK, hopefully a couple in France.
Okay, we look forward to that. In the meantime, I must tell our viewers that dance is a huge part of your live performance. Do you have any signature moves, and can you show me some, actually?
I will teach you the second sweat dance moves right now,
Amazing.
if you please. Absolutely.
Let's do it. Oh, gosh. Okay.
So, the first part of the move is called the snap papa doo up.
Okay.
All right, it's just a simple finger snap motion on the beats 2 and 4 because it's rock music. So it goes 1, 2, 3, 4. I can't wait. That's it, 4 times. Then the second move, breaking and entering the sweat zone. Here you must picture a little plate that you're holding in your hands and you must break it over your knees athletically.
Okay.
So 8 times. Break that second sweat, alternating left and right, like that. That's it, we got it. And then we got the shed, shake, and rattle. On the word shed, go in motion like this, downwards. On the word snake, you go outwards, and then the cobra pose. Pinky stuck up next to your face, and
Okay.
And then on number 4, you freeform freak out. Improvisation is part of the protocol. You can give them a little bit of this, a little bit of shaking your hips. It's all fair play.
Okay.
So that's
excellent.
it. 4 moves.
You can do that at home, viewers. Don't hesitate.
Please.
Shake that second sweat.
Thank you.
Okay, time now to review some of this week's new releases, and we'll start off with Charli XCX. Yes, the British artist who is known for pushing mainstream dance pop boundaries is back with her 3rd album entitled Charli, a 15-track offering that features 14 collaborations, including Lizzo, Haim, Sky Ferreira, Troye Sivan, and France's very own Christine and the Queens. Now here they are together with the video for Gone, where they are tied up to a roped-up car. They break free, and then they dance in front and on top of the car. Yep, someone was probably paid to come up with that concept. Charli XCX with one of her many collaborations on her new album. That's Christine and the Queens. Actually, talking about Christine and the Queens, she's like a French artist who's really, you know, got a lot of acclaim around the world. Has that, do you think, helped people, like especially in America or in Britain, take more, pay more attention to French artists?
You know, I think French artists have been around for a while now. I think they're not as many, I'd say, as sort of British artists on the radar, but every now and then there's something huge comes out of France, and you know, Daft Punk, Phoenix, you name it. Like every decade or half a decade has their sort of huge French act of Justice. But yeah, Christine and the Queens are definitely aiming for that, and it's always refreshing.
Do you think she's going to help Faux Real in some way?
I don't know. With those dance moves, we could definitely picture a collaboration. I mean, dancing in a warehouse is all the rage in 2019.
And on a car. Talking of cars, there's one in this next video. This is the Pixies. Now, they formed nearly 33 years ago and led generations to ask themselves where their minds were. Well, this week, the Boston band is releasing their 7th studio album, Beneath the Eyrie, and fans of the alternative rock band will rejoice as the record is in line with the group's standard proto-grunge. It was recorded in Woodstock in the middle of winter, which may have added to the spookiness of the stories told by Black Francis and his band. Here's one of the singles, which tells the story of a witch casting a spell in a delightful psychedelic and gothy video.
In the poisonous forest, Donna lights up her torches. Her eyes are flying saucers. Her hair is black and gorgeous. I see her down at the crossroads. She can lead you to madness. She's leading me into darkness. In the witching hour. In the witching hour.
The Pixies there, who will be getting into their European tour, which starts off in the UK and will stop off in France for 3 dates in Lyon, Rennes and Paris's Olympia Hall on the 19th of October. Virgile, thank you very much for coming on the France 24 music show.
Absolutely.
And thank you for giving us the exclusive first TV interview. For more culture news, do head to france24.com and follow us on social media. More news coming up in just a few minutes. But first, we'll finish off with another artist who values dance in their videos and is creating really exciting, well-travelled music rooted in the southern African continent. The artist in question is Sampath the Great. She was born in Zambia and raised in Botswana, where she began emceeing at school. She then went on to study in San Francisco and has been living in Australia since 2014. Her brilliant flow led her to support the acts such as Kendrick Lamar and Lauryn Hill, and this week she's releasing her debut album, The Return, with prestigious record label Ninja Tunes. Let's check her out. Here she is, Sampath the Great.
Black power. Black power. Last name Tembo, first name Eve. Somebody ate the food they told the great to never eat. I'm dripping, DNA steez like I'm born gray. I be mad 2Gs. Third war in it, first war I dated. No mentor, all my heroes assassinated. We been here, we incarnated. Tryna finish what they started and we made it. Great state I'm in all states I'm in. I might find